Hey everyone, we got head coach Dean Smith here. Carol, go ahead and kick things off.
Dean, what do you think's happening in not a bit being able to put away these games right now?
I'll be honest, Carol, that's probably the defeat that has hurt the most out of the defeats we've had this season, because it's a game that we've had massive chances to go 2 up, 3 up, 4 up, haven't taken them, and then got sucker punched at the end. I do believe, in my opinion, that their equalising goal was offside, but I'm not going to say anything about it because I get in trouble and get fined for it, but it's a really poor decision, in my opinion. So, but two straight balls in the 94th and 96th minute shouldn't undo us defensively. Yes, they've had some chances, but they were from outside the box, a few of them. Some of them, they missed the target and didn't work, our goalkeeper, Callie. But our chances were massive chances, and it should have took the game away from them. And, that's probably the defeat that's hurt the most, because it should never have been a defeat with the chances that we created.
Can you kind of take us through some of the decisions you made late in the game? I mean, if you had to redo anything, would you have?
In terms of
personnel or tactics?
No, Doumbia had to come off. He was tight. Wilf, I brought him off before he got sent off because he was getting frustrated. He was getting kicked. Who else came off? Eric was on a yellow card as well. So he came off. Edan was cramping at half time. There's a lot of things that happened today that is probably heat enforced. And they were the reasons why we made all the changes, to be honest.
How do you keep the wheels from falling off right now?
We've got some tape over them at the moment, and then I'll go into the ironmongers and get some iron to iron them on.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dean.
Cheers, Carol.
Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Dean. Very frustrating, I know. What was most frustrating? Was it missing the offensive chances or the way it happened at the end?
It's always horrible conceding late goals. I'm really frustrated with the chances that we missed. I mean, Leal's gone clean through 49th minute, 2-0, and it takes the game away from them. And then Pep's had one, Kerwin's had two, I think Leal's had another one. There were massive chances in the game, and if you don't take them, then unfortunately you leave yourself open at the end to maybe concede a goal. I don't think the first goal should have been given, but not an awful lot I can do about that now, and there'll obviously be no accountability on that either.
So what do you say as a manager to your club after a game like that?
Well, to the club
it's
is
like
that
your message, yeah.
The message is that we have to get better at what we're doing. We've got some players who aren't performing at the high levels they were performing at, whether that's last season or this season. And my job is to get the best out of them, and we will get the best out of them. There's still a long way to go, but this was a game we thought that the break would be a good reset for us, and our first half performance was excellent. Our second half performance was iffy. I thought we took a backward step, but we still created so many chances. And it's a game that we should be walking away with 3 points.
Last one from me. What do you say to the supporters to provide hope, knowing that they're going to be coming home soon, but also there's a lot of football left?
Yeah, there's a lot of football to be played. We've got to remember that I think after Saturday, we'll have played 12 games away, 12 games, and 10 games of them will have been away from home. We haven't travelled well results-wise at all. This is a game that we should have got our results. So we're going to have plenty of home games where we'll need our supporters. And, it has been a fortress for us. But first and foremost, we have to go and turn it around now at Chicago on Saturday.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Thank you.
Go ahead, Sam.
Coach, sorry about the result. Obviously, with Pat and Tim still out on international duty, are those two players you could have used tonight?
Yeah, but they're in a tournament that's on during our season, and we're not the only club who's got players missing, so it's one of them things.
Can you tell us about, The team has conceded 5 goals in stoppage in the past 4 games, including 2 opposition winners. Is there something about mentality going into stoppage or maybe losing focus you think might be on?
No, I don't believe so. I mean, I don't believe if that goal today had been flagged as offside, I don't think we would have conceded a goal. You know, and there's moments in games that can happen like that. You know, as disappointing as it is, I feel there was a decision that wasn't made correctly that has cost us. Listen, I'm going to pick holes in what we could have done better in closing the ball down, dealing with the ball over the top. But, you know, there's nothing I can do about that.
And finally, obviously, hate to ask about this after a loss, but right before the match, it was announced that Patrick Agyemang was the team's first All-Star. Any comment on that?
Well done, Patrick.
Cheers. Safe travels, Coach.
Yeah, no, thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Dean.